Okay, he did mention that he does like just the standard Watcher Druid deck, and it is going to be Druid.
I say naturalized, dude.
Yeah. Naturalized.
Okay.
My least favorite removal.
All right, this is going to be
Doesn't it always make you
interesting.
feel disgusting when you play it? Like every time?
You know, it's, I've been...
Like you
I've
only
been
use it as a finisher, I get it, but
Yeah.
still.
I've been messing around with just an updated counterfeit deck with a
Oh, that's
naturalized,
right.
and it's actually pretty fun to make your opponent burn cards. But I know he's definitely not doing anything like that. So naturalized, for those who don't know, gives your opponent 2 cards, but it's a 1 mana cost to remove any minion. So it's a really nice removal for something like a Hamlock, where the giants are 8 health. So it can be difficult for a druid in particular to remove a giant.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Druid is a really good overall class. It matches up well against a lot of different archetypes right now, except when it comes to removal, as you're mentioning. It's very good at picking off a lot of small creatures, so it's a good natural counter to a couple of those sorts of decks. But, all right, Wild Pyromancer comes out right away. And, of course, that's a 3/2 that does 1 damage to all minions every time you cast a spell. So sometimes you'll see a comboed in Paladin decks with equality for a free board clear. It's a very powerful card, though.
Yeah, against a Hamlock, it's not very useful. So playing on turn 2, that's definitely a good play there. It looks like turn 3.
I mean, there's no Keeper of the Grove targets. It's not like they're going to coin into anything. And it's better to wait on Senjin until next turn where you can just cast it without using the coin.
Yeah, the one bad thing about Pyromancer is that every time you cast a spell, he's going to be doing 1 damage himself. So
that's
Mark
right.
of the Wild might have been typically a decent player. I don't know, but you can't do that without hurting himself. So Twilight Drake here in turn 4, nice strong play, but DarkAngel has the counter there with the Keeper of the Grove.
That's right, and of course Keeper of the Grove has a choose 1, deal 2 damage, or silence a minion, so it's a very versatile card. That and that is one of the very basic normal cards that you're going to see inside any Druid deck. And of course the coin is a spell, so it triggers the Wild Pyromancer's ability.
Yep, and a really cool play there by DarkAngel with using the coin there.
Oh, but that's a good Mortal Coil target then.
Exactly. All right, so he's got 4 mana left.
We could see Ancient Watcher, Sun Fury Protector. Wow, he's actually going to Hellfire right now and just get that health further down so he can get those giants on the field.
Yeah, and I think he probably made that decision over others just because the only giant he has in his hand right now is Molten Giant. So
definitely true.
Could have some empty turns if it wasn't for that.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
All right, well, we see Leroy and Power Overwhelming. I'm just waiting for Faceless Manip, and we'll see the combo again here in a second.
Exactly. Combo watch. Faceless, so he actually got the face instead. That's going to be a great target there. And he's going to remove the
Whoa! He naturalizes right now.
Does he burn cards?
Crazy play.
Oh, he might burn cards. Let's see.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he is going to lose his next card on the draw.
You can only have 10 cards in your hand. That's a limit in Hearthstone.
And he lost an Ironbeak Owl, which could actually prove to be pretty useful later. Siphon Soul is going to get him some health back, but this is the first time that ZRusher's been on the back foot. It's been a good play from DarkAngel.
Yeah, and ZRusher doesn't have a Molten Giant too, that where the discount will greatly affect him. So DarkAngel really dictating things right now, and he's got a Ysera, so if he can get through turn 8, Ysera's going to be a really strong play.
Wow, and he's just going to start putting on the pressure right now, going for the beatdown. I like this.
You kind of have to, I think. Given that he has 10 damage in his hand with 2 swipes, well, actually he has 8 damage with the 2 swipes. He could potentially have lethal next turn.
He does. If the board doesn't get impacted, he does. Okay, but Siphon Soul is going to prevent not just 5 damage, but also get him a bunch of life back. So that's a solid play here. But of course, that's 2 Siphon Souls that are gone. So Druids are of course known for having big legendaries as the time goes along. So it's not going to be available for those big nasty late game creatures. Yeah,
I mean the Siphon Soul is definitely a great play there, but it doesn't really change the board for him though. He still has nothing on the board that's going to be able to stop whatever DarkAngel puts on the board here. So I think he's gonna draw a card here. Yeah, he's gonna draw a card off of the 1 damage.
And unfortunately, it was 1 mana away from just being able to drop the Ancient Allure and grabbing a couple more cards. So, I mean, he could swipe and clear board right now, but it does 1 point of damage and doesn't impact board himself. But unfortunately, he has no creatures to advance.
Okay, so he opts to remove the Ancient Watcher. He's feeling a taunt probably coming up here, and unfortunately, I think he can't really help it. I think ZRusher's going to be able to throw down a Giant with taunt, or even a Twilight Drake with taunt here, or another Ancient Watcher.
Yeah, another Ancient Watcher with taunt.
How about that?
Jeez. All right, Mountain Giant was a good play, though, because it's more important that the Mountain Giant comes out for cheaper than the Twilight Drake gets more health. So, and he does have the Sun Fairy Protector. Oh, smart play there. He actually only taunts up the Ancient Watcher, so that way it doesn't make an immediate target for the Mountain Giant.
Yeah. And for for ZRusher, he's got to wonder now. Now that he's seen Naturalize, and typically a Druid has a hard time removing a Giant. So maybe you'd want to taunt a Giant in that case, right? But the fact that he's got Naturalize, it definitely puts some other thoughts in your head that you don't typically go through.
That's
Ancient
true.
Yeah, he's going to be drawing 2 cards here. Ancient Lore, one of the best Druid cards you're going to find in the game.
And he does have a Wrath available. We'll see if he draws a card or kills the Sun Fairy Protector, and he kills the Sun Fairy Protector.
But he does have a Ragnaros, which could potentially hit over the minions, which could set up lethal with a swipe.
Very true, very true. There is an Alexstrasza in play here, and he was thinking about it. He does have part of that combo. Okay, so it is going to be Alexstrasza.
It's great value. Well, let's see if he casts it on himself or not. But
yeah.
So with Alexstrasza, guys, they don't know extra. You can either do 15, or you can bring either hero down to 15, and you can use that offensively, like he's doing right now, bringing his opponent to 15, or you can use it defensively and heal yourself back up to 15.
Man, and he's getting to few enough cards in hand right now that Soulfire is getting trickier and trickier until he can get to the point where it has to be lethal damage. So.
All right, this is the turn. I mean, he's got 24 damage on the board right now, so.
Yeah, let's see here. Healing Touch is available, but not good. Big Game Hunter takes out one of those big threats right now, but there's still not a lot of incredible plays available. I mean, he could Big Game Hunter and swipe and take out 2 of those 8 attack creatures.
I think that's going to be what he has to do here to stay alive. He's going to go ahead and swipe the Mountain Giant, Big Game Hunter, probably the Mountain Giant.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't terribly matter.
Really
There's no cycle effects in these decks or anything like that. And he heals himself back up to an effective 25 hit points, so he'll be able to sustain a bit more damage here.
Okay, so we're looking at ZRusher here he's still got Leroy Jenkins and Power Overwhelming, so he's...
Let's see here, that adds up 10, 18 damage with the Soulfire is
22.
Does he have 5? No, but with Hellfire he has it. Wait, he's actually going to choose the Defender Vargas. He must have it this way too.
Okay, yeah, I think he does have it this way too.
There you go. Yep, and that is in fact going to be... No, I think he missed lethal.
Whoa.
Yeah, he missed lethal. This is actually a problem because the Hellfire, I think, because the Defender Vargas only gave him 2 points of damage.
That's right.
Hellfire would have been the 3rd.
Yep, that's right. He should.
So
he did miss lethal there, but
I don't think it's going to affect him.
He's still in a really strong position right now.
Innervate is not a good draw, unfortunately.
I think it's going to have to be some rag. It's going to be YOLO rag time, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, YOLO rag. Let's see, yeah, because he just ditched the Hellfire too, so he doesn't have lethal immediately available. He could potentially draw into another Soulfire right now, but
he could Wild Growth and draw a card too.
Oh yeah, very true.
I think that's going to be the best thing to do. You need to draw a card, see what you get here. What could he even naturalize, honestly? I mean, a naturalize would be decent.
Yeah, I mean, it gives your opponent 2 more cards, and he's sitting on a precarious amount of health. Karen's not a very good play here, unfortunately. I mean, I think it's rag time plus give yourself maybe Innervate Armor here, and just give yourself an extra hit point.
Yeah, it's not. Armor's not going to matter in this game.
Yeah.
So, yellow rag here, and hope he hits the Alexstrasza. If he doesn't hit the Alexstrasza, it's GG. It's so close too. He's only got 10 health. ZRusher's only got 10 health here.
Oh, and he doesn't hit Alexstrasza, so that is going to be the game, and we have a 3-0 win for ZRusher.
Just swept the series. Really strong. That handlock is, it's one of the strongest decks. It's been one of the strongest decks for the last season and a half now.
Right.
And that Warlock class, man. Lots of great decks from the Warlock class.